They may be named for the last letter of the alphabet, but they are the first in line to take the jobs of the future.
Generation Z. They're the people born between the last half of the 1990s and about 2012. After the baby boomers and millennials, they are now the third largest generation in American history, and as you'll see in the Buckley Report tonight, they're quickly becoming the future of the economy.
Looking at Sydney Mebane, Tori Batts, and Calissa Holder at their workplaces, they may seem like any other group of young professionals trying to make their way in the world. The reality is they are part of a seismic shift in the American workplace as the 70 million strong baby boom generation fully retires over the next 5 years or so. It is the nearly 70 million Generation Z that will replace them.
I can see that we are slowly but surely kind of taking over.
It's people like Action Greensboro's Cecilia Thompson who will try to keep that talent around. It's not an exaggeration to say that your economy for any given region could depend on this group of people. So I think the obvious question becomes, are we in good hands?
Well, I think the last couple of years has made us all grow up a little quicker, right? And so the realities of a potential recession, realities of coming out of a pandemic era are going to let people think differently about what's in the future.
The future of the triad in particular. Winston-Salem ranks 64th nationally with about 1 in 8 workers being members of Gen Z. But Greensboro, largely due to its 7 colleges and universities, tops the state and is 11th in the country with about 1 in 6 workers being in Gen Z. Who are the Gen Zers?
In the workplace, Gen Z is more work to live, and older generations have lived to work. They love their jobs, they're all into it, but they also understand that once 5 o'clock hits, I want to be able to do those things that I enjoy and maintain my passions.
Personal growth outside of the office seems to be a theme with this generation, but it's not all they are interested in, which Tori Batts knows well as a human resources executive at Cone Health. How are we going to retain all this talent?
You want to be able to feel comfortable in knowing that, okay, I can start my career here and I can excel here as well. This isn't just a stepping stone.
What would you say would surprise us about your generation, for those of us who aren't members?
I would say that we aren't as lazy as people depict us to be. We do get characterized as, you're young, you don't know what you want, you're lazy, so on and so forth, but really, we have some very strong professionals in the making in this generation that are.
Calissa Holder says that's not the only thing that might surprise you about the way Gen Z sees the world.
We don't always want to make a TikTok about it.
Okay, that's good probably, right?
Yeah, if I had a nickel for every time somebody was like, well, just make us go viral on TikTok. Oh my goodness.
But this is the first generation to grow up entirely in the internet era.
Yeah.
It's amplified your voices. So you can put an opinion out there, and it's not just heard on the block you live on. It's heard worldwide if you want it to
Yeah.
be.
Something that we've seen with social media and Gen Z is that you can speak directly to a brand. And so that's really led to this culture of accountability, and that back and forth dialogue is so vitally important to Gen Z. We want to know that companies care at least a little bit back about us.
Do that, these young professionals say, and you will win the battle over workforce talent. What's your sense? Do you want to stay here?
I do want to stay here.
Bob Buckley, Fox 8 News.
Millennials, who were born between about 1980 and 1995, are the largest generation in American history with about 73 million people, but they joined the baby boomers in the workplace rather than replace them, as Gen Z is doing now.